Hey folks, how are we doing? Um, right, I am currently messing about with this camera because I look like a ghost, or I did look like a ghost. I now look like a kind of a, like, I don't know, slightly blurry, weird looking ghost. Um, I know that I've got like, Scottish skin and that I'm peely wally anyway, but I genuinely look luminous white, so I did, if there's even such a thing. So yeah, I'm just kind of I got the so I've got if I right, so the colours and stuff is going to go weird as I'm trying to see what I mean, right? So that's obviously no good. Um, so we'll auto that. Let's see, backlight composition. Oh, gee. All right, okay, so it's like that. That is actually a bit better, right? Okay. Whereas that's starting to make me look right. I think so that is part of the problem. That's so much better already. What's gamma? What's that doing? Oh, right, okay, no, I don't want more gamma. Um, Sharpness, do we want more sharp or do we want less sharp? Sorry, must be extremely entertaining for you guys to watch. Just me messing about with the blooming camera. Um, but it's really annoying me, so it is because yeah, like I say, I look like a blooming torch. Saturation, do we want that down? Oh no, we don't want that down. Oh, black and white. Didn't know I could do that. Oh no, what was that on before I started messing with it? See, I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So, um, let's see if I show you the right screen. Oh, now it's gone away. So this is what I'm looking at. So let's see, I configure video, that was it. Properties. So this properties thing is what I'm messing about with here. Um, so yeah, I'm thinking, like, oh, of course, now it's on my screen, so it's not really helping me much. But anyway, if I apply all that, I'm thinking that's looking okay for now. You can at least see that I'm a human and not some kind of glowtorch slash ghost. Deary me. Anyway, hi, how is everyone? Are we all doing good? Did we all have we all managed to get to Thursday evening unscathed? Let me have a wee gander through the chat and see who's here. So we've got our lovely Simon from the Hermit's Cave says, now then. Um, we've got Redwing. Hi Redwing, how we doing? Marita is here. Let's see, we have Nancy from Paper Moon Tarot. Hi Nancy, how are you? Simon says, I realised today, Chris, I haven't glided you for a whole. Has it really been a month? I'm slacking in the whole glide front. Must do better. I will. I mean, I'm slacking just as bad then. So I wouldn't worry about it. But I can't believe it's been a month since we glided. Yeah, we'll need to sort that. I'll send you a wee glide tomorrow, Simon, because I don't have Sophie. I do still have like, my housework and stuff to do tomorrow, but I should have some free time to be able to kind of a catch up. Lovely Deanna's here. Hi, Deanne. I look like a wraith. No, you're right though. Uh, you are a rainbow today, Chris. Yes, I, every day I'm a rainbow because I'm a massive gay. No, I'm joking. Probably shouldn't say things like that. Like you guys know I'm joking, but yeah, I wouldn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Greg's here. Hey, Greg, how you doing? Greg says, "Hey, Chris and the ghost busting crew." Yeah, aye, the ghost busting crew exactly. Our very lovely Sandra is here from the Spirit of Avalon. Hi, Sandra. Watching you change colours is entertaining. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad it's entertaining because uh um cute. Thank you, Deanne. Sepia Tone Wonder, yes, Robin, I know. Hi Donna, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Uh, can see and hear you perfectly, says Robin. That's good. I'm glad. Hopefully it lasts. Um, let's see. Do we have happy to be your video guinea pigs. Thank you very much, Nancy. I appreciate it. And to be fair, I wasn't giving you much choice, was I? You were just having to put up with it. Like it or lump it, as we say. Um, Robin is scathed. You've got to Thursday evening, you've been scathed. Do you want to tell us the story, Robin, or is it one you're going to keep to yourself? Are you okay? Uh, Not completely unscathed, says Donna. Came down with a cold this week. Starting to get better now, though. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's a shame. I hope it's not stopped you from doing too much, though, Donna. Um, I know my colleague, when we had like my whole team had an office day on Wednesday, but one of my colleagues has got really bad cold, so she decided to stay at home, still work, but work from home, just so that she didn't give it to any of us, which was nice of her. Um, let's see, you've got Patricia. Hi, Patricia. I'm not sure if I've met you before, so if I've not, then hi, welcome. Thanks very much for popping in and saying hello. It's lovely to meet you. Uh, Yes, January the 14th, it says time is fleeting. Oh, for Glide. I had to think there. Um, right, well, I'll need to mind and glide you tomorrow. Uh, yeah, yeah, massive, yeah. Malamir has popped in to say hi. Now, let me quickly check the old diary. Yes, so next week, I have got the lovely Malamir joining me during my Thursday live. So Malamir's going to come live with me, and we're chatting about what we're going to do. I think Malamir's actually sent me a message in that regard, and I've not responded yet. So it'll be a wee bit of a surprise for you. But yeah, Malamir's going to come live next Thursday. We're going to catch up and yeah, so I'm excited, and I think Malamir's excited to kind of see everyone, or well, I suppose be seen by everyone. I should say. Um, so yeah, definitely tune in next Thursday, guys, because I'll be live with the very lovely Malamir. Um, Deanna, uh, Sandra saying hi to Malamir. I thought today, well, first of all, I've got a couple of things just written down. Um, the first thing is I wanted to give a wee shout out to Moran uh, on Starseed Tarot. Moran's been putting out some amazing content lately. Um, Moran's quite consistent puts out certainly puts out a lot more YouTube content than I do. And works really hard, kind of putting his channel together and stuff. Um, so yeah, he deserves some love. So let's all make sure, please, that we are subscribed to Moran, that we are following, i.e., that the bell notification is kind of um, ticked, and check out some of his videos because he seems like a really lovely guy. We're trying to convince him to message Simon about going on catching up with, and I'm not sure if it's happened yet. But yeah, um, go subscribe to Moran. Eh, Donna says, annoyingly, my cold kept me from my appointment to pick my Dutch residency documents. I had 2 months when I could have been sick, but no, it had to be this week. Oh, that's annoying. That's a pain in the arse, Donna. Will you be able to is it something you'll be able to pick up when you're feeling well again, or is it going to is it put a massive spanner in the works? Sorry, my Ring doorbell app is going off like it's going ring, ring, ring in my pocket. So we're going to silence notifications because it'll just be the dog going out to the toilet, and we don't need to be seeing that. Okay. Uh, Lovely Regina. Hi, Regina. How you doing? I was live with Regina last Friday on her channel for tarot interviews, and it was great fun. It's always great fun being live with Regina, but I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Um, so for anyone who's not seen the tarot interviews on Regina's channel, or who's um, who's not familiar with it, what we do is we basically we select cards and let them determine the questions that we're going to ask. Um, so you just go card by card, and let me see if I can demonstrate what I'm talking about. So six of staffs or six of wands. So when was the last time you won a competition? You know, just for talking sake. Um, So yeah, that's what we do. So then we both answer that question, and then Regina would pick a card and ask a question from that. And it was really funny how in sync the cards that we were picking were. Like, I can't remember the exact ins and outs, but Gerald would know. But I think we both get sixes to start off with, and then I think one of us get the Hanged Man, the other one get Justice, so 11 and 12. Then we both got the Five of Wands, like exact same card, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it was a pretty cool um like card pulling session. So I'm excited for the next time I get to go live with Regina and maybe do some readings with her, because I think it will be something pretty special. Yeah, I just went off on a wee tangent there because I saw the lovely Regina. Simon says he's not heard from Moran. Damn, need to need to get messaging him, encouraging him. That's a shame. It would have been great to have him on your channel. Yeah. Um. Right. Okay. So it's not a big deal to have to reschedule. Should be picking them up on Monday. That's good. Um. It's me as I walk past the door, about to scale your building with my suction pads. Well, I mean, it's the front door that the Ring doorbell's attached to, thankfully, so you won't need suction pads to set off my Ring doorbell. You're fine. Yeah, and Greg says, "And your black leotard. Don't forget that black leotard, Simon." Um, let's see. Our lovely Laurie is here. Hi, Laurie. How are you doing? Do you know? I think yeah, I saw your name above as well, Laurie, but I don't know if I there you are. I don't know if I said hi to you. I don't think I did. So apologies, Laurie, and hi, it's lovely to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Um, let's see. Oh, thank you, Regina. It was amazing being on with you. Robin says, "Hi, credit to Regina, big thumbs up." Yes. Um, Simon says you can get pretty much anything at Glastonbury. That's true. I'm saying that's true. I've not been, but I'm assuming it's true. And Alicia Jade is here. Hi, Alicia. How you doing? Hope I'm saying your name right, Alicia. Excuse me. Do you know ever since was it Nancy? Who was that was talking about? No, Donna. Who talked about having a cold? It was Donna, wasn't it? Ever since you said about having a cold, I've had the sniffles. I can feel the snuffles coming along. Some serious man flu. Alicia is perfect, right? Okay, good. OMG, says Deanne, just sent you a Facebook message. My chat works again. My chat works again. Oh, is your chat not working? Oh dear. Eh, oh yeah, I can see chat, but can't type and can't switch to live chat. As opposed to top chat. Oh, right, okay. Oh, well, I'm glad it's sorted. Yeah, no, don't get my cold, I know. Um, the other thing I wanted to, what have I been, I've been watching a couple of cool videos this week. So one was Simon's video, and it was the decks that are on his desk at the moment. I think it was actually a premiere, wasn't it? But I never caught the premiere. I added it to my watch later, and I've been watching it in dribs and drabs all week. And I think it was like maybe Wednesday, or was it yesterday that I finally finished it and said, "This is me just finishing this, by the way." Um, but really enjoyed it. That was a really good video. So check that out. If there's a mod who can be arsed going and finding the videos that I'm going to talk about here and linking them, then that would be amazing. But please don't feel like you have to. Another video that I've watched, Kelly at the Truth and Story did a brilliant, just it was like a wee 15-minute video. And if you know Kelly, then you know it's rare that you get a wee 15-minute video from Kelly. Um, but and it was on the elements, but she touches on like the numerology and the quartz, talking about tarot in the context of tarot and numerology in the quartz as well. Absolutely fantastic, jam-packed with so much information and yet so quick and easy to digest and understand. So definitely, definitely, definitely check that out. Because I feel as though I learned a lot from it. Um, I can already think of, I can already feel as though it's going to influence how I read a wee bit. So yeah, I would encourage people to watch it. Um, what else? Kelly actually also did a walkthrough of Jens Freeborg's deck, Taroke. I know it's got Taroke in the title, but I can't remember the full title. Um, yeah, you guys are like, oh, I can hear a dog barking, and it is my dog. Kelly did a 15-minute video. Yeah, honestly, it's just like 15 minutes and it's brilliant. So check it out. Um, yeah, it's done a walkthrough of Jens Freeborg's Taroke deck, and that's the deck that she's using in her video, by the way. Um, what else? I should have written this stuff down. I've got some bullet points, but I didn't actually write down the ones that I wanted to talk about, which is annoying. I have watched a load more, but these are just some of the kind of highlights. Um, oh, Queen Osset and Aminat went live for the third time, and they were chatting about Aminat's, is it Iame Oracle? Let me check actually. Yeah, EME Oracle deck. IYAMI, the EME Oracle deck. Um, it was a great video anyway because I find myself really interested in EFA and surprising to me because it's not something that I was really all that conscious of before. Um, well, before coming into this space and before kind of hearing about it through, I probably first heard about it when someone was talking to me about Santeria. Um, that's one of the kind of a branches from IFA, if I remember correctly, if I'm explaining that right. Um, but anyway, yeah, this Oracle deck is based off that IFA, the kind of a Yoruba, um, religion. It's got the pantheon of divine spirits that are called the Orisha. And yeah, they were talking about, some of the cards. But one thing that Amanat does do is towards the end of that video, but it's definitely worth checking out, is she goes through and she pronounces the names of all of the cards, of all of the Orisha on the cards. Um, and that was really interesting. So yeah, that's definitely worth checking out. So yeah, that's those are the videos that I've watched this week. There have been well, not loads more to be honest, because like I was saying when I was commenting on Simon's video, I feel as though I've not had like time to scratch my bum this week. Do you know what I mean? Like it's and that's why I ended up watching like the videos that I have watched. I've watched them in bits. You know. In fact, there's another video. It's not really tarot related. It's Let me see if I can it's still on my watch later because I'm still working my way through it. It is called let's see, can I find what here's watch later. It's called Are the Gods Afraid of Black Sexuality Conference. It's like a conference from back in 2014, it would seem, but it's I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying working my way through it, so that's another one. But anyway, anyway. Have you guys been watching anything good? Um, what's been your kind of a YouTube highlights of the week so far? Um, yeah, Nancy, no waffling. Had to nip out and check. Says, oh, did you not believe me? I haven't managed to film any videos this week. I did one on Monday, so I did. Um, was it Monday or was it Tuesday that I filmed? I think it was Monday. And I just uploaded it then and there. Black and white decks. That was what I did. So yeah, check it out if anyone's interested in black and white decks. I actually missed off Robin's deck. I apologised to you in the comments, Robin. I knew I was going to do that as well because, well, I said it in the comments when I was because I'm daft and I forget things. I had to scroll through my YouTube quickly to see whether I had already made a black and white decks video because I couldn't remember. I was like, have I done that before? And when I was scrolling through, I saw my walkthrough of Robin's Open Face Tarot Ghosted Edition. I thought, do you know, I know that's in a wee box and it doesn't immediately stand out. I'll need to remember and pick that up because that's one that needs to be on the list. It's like here, it's right in the corner and it's kept just in a wee see through box. So, yeah, I knew that I was going to do that and sure enough, I did. But that's just typical, isn't it? Robin, I watched a fantastic three-part series of Alan Cumming and Miriam Margolyes touring around Scotland in a camper. It was quite fun and irreverent. Um, Miriam Margolyes is fantastic. She's such a funny individual, so she is. Really, really enjoy like when she appears in TikToks and um yeah, just like on YouTube videos and stuff, like on talk shows, she's always really funny. And a wee bit outrageous. Um, my camera is being a wee bit funny, so hopefully it's going to catch up with us. Maybe I need to close off some of these internet videos. Might be the problem. Make sure we've not got too much open. Right, I'm pretty sure you can still hear me. That tends to be how it normally goes. We'll keep our eye on the video, and if it doesn't calm itself down soon, then I'll maybe switch over to my phone. Um, Alicia says, I've just discovered Sacred Seeds channel. I have some gold bits throughout and wish she was still active. Yeah, Sacred Seeds, Elle, I think her name is, isn't it? She's fantastic. Her channel's really good and, she's so full of knowledge. I really like her Mary Ale videos. Actives, her Mary Ale videos are part of what inspired me to do my series on the Mary Ale Tarot. But yeah, she's fantastic. Robin says, "It's fine. I live in a perpetually overlooked existence of a world. I've gotten used to it." Well, I, like I say, it wasn't intentional, Robin. Um, I've been rewatching Tin Man, a reworking of Wizard of Oz with Alan Cumming. Fun. Yeah, she doesn't give a shit. Yeah, she really doesn't. Okay. Um, I thought I would. I'm going to change it up a wee bit and flip through an Oracle deck. I d I'm not really a massive Oracle person, but I really, really love this deck. I think that it's stunning, and I mean, I don't see it very much. It's this one. It's the Liminal Spirits Oracle by Laura Tempest Zakroff. Um, which is spirit cards. The art on this deck is beautiful, really beautiful. One of the things that stops me from using it more, in fact, I'll say when I come to it, like there's nothing wrong with it, but do you know that way, like there's just certain things that you don't really know that much about. One of mine's is trees, different types of trees. Um, I don't really know one tree from the other. So see when I'm pretty sure that this deck has like yeah, no, that's not a tree, that's a deer, Chris. Um, maybe I'm talking rubbish. But yeah, like when a deck has like different types of trees, I find it hard to distinguish between, from one card to the other, like just in terms of like pulling interpretations from them. So that's one thing that maybe stops me from using this a wee bit more. But I'll flip through it. Most of us have probably seen this deck, to be fair. Um, so I'll make this relatively quick. Let's see. So I'm going to turn this light on. I'm going to zoom in. These are the backs. Um, like really beautiful. Um, yeah, just I love the colors. Love the kind of a vortex kind of a feel that it has. Really, really nice. Um, Taro Jackpot says, Hi, by the way, Taro Jackpot. It's lovely to see you. I'm closing my eyes. The last deck you showed, I bought. I'm trying not to buy and you and to use what I have. Fair enough. Eyes are closed. Um, so yeah, I'm just going to keep flipping through this as I'm talking because the video is still a wee bit glitchy. But so we started with Gateway. This Roots card is just everything. I mean, it has like this beautiful kind of a tree, but it's a an anatomical heart. It's got this eye on it. I mean, there's so much to pull from, and the color, the colors are really stunning. This cauldron for inspiration. We've got time, and we see all the phases of the moon, and yeah, even have this kind of a pentacle. Um, this looks like the horizon and the sun, but then we have this kind of a pentacle effect here. Um, Laurie says, I discovered Spirit Whisperer channel thanks to Gerald at Tarot Stash. I'm going through his videos. Cool. Um, yeah, environment. Not really even too sure. This looks like it could be kind of like a tree type structure, but I love the waves, the energy coming off of it. That's really cool. I came across a cool looking deck on NPC called Circus of Truth Oracle. I couldn't find any walkthroughs of it anywhere. Oh, nice. Greg says, I've watched several walkthroughs of this deck and been sorely tempted to press the buy button, but shown an uncharacteristic restraint for once. I love this. This feels really kind of a Christmassy to me. Not for any, I suppose it kind of looks quite snowy and with a big star. I suppose that's why. But I mean, you don't need to see that in it. The ocean. You see the kind of ocean waves here, really powerful, representation of water, the forests, the desert, dried out with the cacti, cave. What a lovely cave card. Burial ground. The oak, right, this is what I was talking about. So we have an oak, cedar, walnut, birch, ash, rue, mugwort, belladonna, mandrake. This is really cool. Monkshood. Okay, so we're into animals now. Snake, beautiful snake, wrapped around the egg. So like the cosmic egg, I guess that is. Toad, salamander, very fiery energy that it gives off. The fish, snail, the owl, really stunning owl card, I think. So it's really kind of a gentle but wise, doesn't it? Corvid, peacock, the moth, look away, Simon. And we have a death's head moth here. So I think this is the same moth as from the Silence of the Lambs. The honeybee, the fox. I love all the kind of a patterns on its fur. Fear. So Sandra loves the forest card. Robin says really good handling of colour and motion. Burial Ground is one of my favourites in this deck, says Sandra. Yeah, it is a pretty owl, and Robin says I'm not an animal card fan, but these are really good. Yeah, they are. Cat, the hare. There you go, you can look now, Simon. The goat. And then it's different different stones. Is that what no, because there's metal and stuff as well. So we've got crystal, metal, clay, fibre, bone, and mushroom. So I think the structure of the deck, if I can find something to do with the structure. Okay, so meet the groups, that's what we want. So the Liminal Spirits Oracle deck is essentially split into 8 groups of 5 plus 2 outlier cards for a total of 42 spirits. Okay, so meet the groups. The outliers, there are 2 cards in the Oracle that are not situated in a group, and they are the Gateway and the Mushroom. So the Mushroom and the Gateway was the first one. So these are the 2 outliers. Okay. Um, so these are the ultimate liminal cards, she says, for very separate reasons, defying any one placement. A gateway is not solely of one place or another, but is rather the threshold between them. The mushroom card represents a type of fungi, an organism that isn't a plant nor an animal, thrives through feeding on decomposition, and can contain characteristics of all the elements. In a way, gateway is a beginning, much like the fool in the tarot, and mushroom can be seen as the end of a cycle, like the universe or the world in the tarot. Okay, so that's our two kind of outlying cards. We've then got the right, so that's a five-fold approach to witchcraft composed of roots, inspiration, time, environment, and star. Okay, so they let us think about where we come from, experimentation, mark time effectively, connect with our environment, and discern the shape of our path. And then we have places. Okay, so we had the five. I should maybe zoom out a wee bit actually. So roots, inspiration, time, environment, and the star. So those were our five rights. And you know the different elements of witchcraft. Now the next one was the places. So our five places are the ocean, the forest, the desert, cave, and the burial ground. It says this group explores places of liminal power, locations that often act as borders or gateways on multiple levels. Many people will describe how they feel or what they sense in a certain place, be it natural or constructed, but rarely do they attribute a consciousness of spirit to the place itself. Okay, so recognizing the genius loci. or spirit of a place is fundamental to witchcraft. Okay, next we have the trees. So we've got the oak, cedar, walnut, birch, and ash are five trees. So the wisdom of the trees, the power that our ancestors saw in them, what we can learn from them now. They represent longevity, transformation, and connectivity. So they're seemingly stationary sentinels that watch the rest of us roll on by, but they're not without movement or language. Okay. I'm just reading like little extracts from this. The book goes into a lot more detail than what I'm reading out. We then have the herbs, which are rue, mugwort, belladonna, mandrake, and monkshood. So it says wild herbs may not have the longevity or the large presence of trees. They bring us a wisdom of their own. Sometimes only a single season to mature, flower, and go to seeds. Herbs remind us of the temporary nature of life, so they're kind of a memento mori type idea. The knowledge of the herb spirits speaks of the importance of taking action in the immediate present. We then it's called scale, slither, and swim. So these are like the animals, I take it. So we've got the snake, we've got the toad, the salamander, the fish, and the snail. So lurking under leaves and rocks, living liminally between the earth, water, and the sky, these creatures of this group tell us about the powers of those who are often overlooked or even underappreciated. Many of these creatures have earned an unfair reputation as being a pest, physically repugnant, and/or dangerous, but they each have their own beauty, wonder, and place in the world, which becomes clear when we take time to get to know them better. Put your fears aside and misconceptions about what these spirits sorry, and put aside your fears and misconceptions about these spirits. After that, we have wings. So we have the owl, the corvid, the peacock, the moth, and the honeybee. So the winged spirits know a freedom unlike any other, soaring, flying, and buzzing through the air between clouds and above realms. Yet they are still deeply connected to the earth, making their homes among the herbs and trees and taking their place in the cycle of life. Okay, so their ability to fly above the earth gives a perspective that most landlocked beings can only dream of or experience by proxy or with the aid of a machine. Then we have fur fauna. So we've got the fox, deer, the cat, the hare, and the goat. So beyond being warm-blooded and furry, there's something else that makes this group definitely feel closer to us humans than most other creatures on Earth. Perhaps we can find the reason for this in any number of early myths that describe them as our parents, siblings, and cousins. Those tales are a far cry indeed from the fairly recent, comparatively biblical stories that erroneously describe the fur fauna as beings to have dominion over. And then artifacts is the last one: crystal, metal, clay, fiber, and bone. Some would say that civilization started when humans harnessed the materials around them to make tools. Where there, while there are other species that also make use of tools, humankind has taken the crafting of tools to a new level. often transforming substances into works of art that generate a spirit of their own. These artifacts both possess the essence of the materials they originate from, as well as acquire new persona. So those are the groups, and that's how they kind of all fit in. Um, Let me just. So Red Wing says beautiful artwork and theme. Don't own any Oracle decks yet. Donna says creepy deer. That deer reminds me of the Lord of the Forest, says Marita. Apart from the beautiful images, I don't know what I'd do with this deck. I don't like depending on guidebooks to figure things out. Yeah, I know what you mean, Robin. Mushrooms are the gateway. The mushroom can be a fun guy, wink wink. I was trying to imagine reading intuitively with them, and other than the different tree types, I felt like I could pick something up from most of the cards. I suppose there's only 5 tree types, aren't there? So it wouldn't take that much effort for me to learn what they mean, you know? So it's probably something I should look into. It's something that I'm meaning to look into anyway because Justin got me a, uh Celtic tree oracle, is it? It'll be in here. It's the one that's based on the Oghams. Um, so yeah, that's something that I quite want to get into. Mushrooms are an underground organism, and the part that pops up is its reproductive organ. Is it really? It's funny. Um, Sometimes a toad is just a toad, a rose is just a rose, if you know what I mean. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think they're kind of a pretty cool, and we can get a lot from it. Like a toad, starts off as a tadpole. It's locked to the water. It evolves, it develops into something that can, um, live in both land and water. You know, I think that's actually really cool. To be able to develop and evolve into something that can live in a completely different atmosphere. Um, and then yeah, the rose, like the beauty of the rose, but then the pain of the thorns. That kind of a dual nature that it has. Um, but then there's lots of symbols that where you would probably get a lot from them, Robin, but I might not, you know, they might not do anything for me, so I suppose it's all just to each his own, isn't it? Um, let's see, I am going to, um, let me just make sure that I'm giving the artist and the creator, the credit. So Laura Zakharov Tempest, and if I remember rightly, they're bringing out another deck or something. I saw their name in connection with something else recently, and it made me think of this deck. To me, a rose has a nice smell, a beautiful form, sharp thorns so it can protect itself. It's deceptively hardy plant. Love all the creatures, says Marita. Toads live in two worlds. People mistakenly believe they cause warts when they congregate. Their voices are quite loud. Yeah. Anyone remember the Budweiser advert? Um, I got this deck as part of my maternity leave haul. Oh, nice. Uh, C. McMillan is here. Hi guys, late to the party again. Oh, don't worry about that. And we've got KS is here as well. Hi everyone, late to the party, but those cards are beautiful. Love the imagery. Yeah, they're stunning cards. Love the bones one. Uh, Greg says some of those cards are simply stunning. Clay and fiber and desert and forest really speak to me. Not sure what they're telling me, but simply entranced by them. Yeah, that they are really stunning. I would love to. There's some of them like I would love to have them blown up and have them as art for the wall. Everything has a metaphysical meaning, like animal totems and the flower language, says Marita. Beth from Aspasia Rising is here, says just been lurking. Hi Beth, how are you? How's your week been, Beth? The last time I complained I couldn't read intuitively from a deck, I sat down and tried and went to town with it, so never say never. Yeah, that's true. Um, Fibers make me think how we are interlinked and woven together, or how they can unravel and fray. Yeah, yeah, the kind of the small, seemingly insignificant, maybe weak fibers that band together and make some of the kind of the strongest materials. Yeah, definitely really cool. It is 5 minutes to 10. Well, it's 7 minutes to 10, but it's if we round to the nearest five, it's 5 minutes to 10. So yeah, I'm not going to do readings with us, because I'm in the mood for reading tarot, not oracle. So we're going to pop this away in the box. Anyone who wants a reading, please pop your question in the chat. And I'm going to use the Sufi tarot. Oh dear. This is Chris. My daughter is performing in Glasgow tomorrow at the Hug and Pint. Wow, that's amazing. I don't know the Hug and Pint though. I think Glasgow's a massive place for lots of different. Let me look it up. Oh, it's a vegan restaurant on Great Western Road. Ah, right. Do you know? Yeah, I think I've been in it before. I think I've been to someone's birthday dinner in it. It's nice in there. So that's pretty cool. I hope that is it music that your daughter's performing? I take it. Deanne says I want to be in Glasgow. Yeah, I want you to be in Glasgow too, Deanne. That would be really cool. And like, I don't know if I told you this. In fact, I probably didn't because it's been a couple of weeks since I saw you. But we got a new bed, and it's getting delivered on Saturday. So yeah, we decided to get a super king size bed. Um, so we've moved our bed, which is a double bed, into Sophie's room. So Sophie's all excited because she gets a double bed, which is great. But it also means that we've got a spare room. We have a spare room downstairs, but it's two single beds that are in it, which I suppose is fine. See, Diane, you, Ryan, the two kids, you could all come and I suppose Bella's probably a wee bit wee to be sleeping in a single bed, isn't she? But but it won't be long. You can all come and stay for as long as you want. Um, oh, Beth says wrong day. She performs music there on the 11th. Oh, cool. So that's on Saturday, yeah? Oh, yeah, tomorrow's Friday. That's right. I always think today's been like Friday for me because it's my last. I don't work on a Friday. Um, right. If anyone's got any questions for the cards, then please pop them in the chat and I'll get to them. I'll read for you. Carol Jackpot says, "Do you have a deck that you don't use on others, but just keep for yourself?" Um, there's probably decks that I haven't used on anyone, but I don't think there's any that I deliberately don't use. There's probably a whole bunch that I wouldn't use with someone else in person. Like wouldn't let someone wouldn't want someone else to shuffle it. So like for example, my indie copy of the Lightseers. So Lightseers is my soul deck. This was like my unicorn deck, and I managed to get it um not that long ago, only last year. Um, so yeah, like there's other kind of indie decks that I wouldn't really want someone else to be messing with. Um, but there isn't anything that you know because of the deck itself that is just for me. Does that make sense? Like not for any other reason than just I don't want it getting messed up. I mean, never say never, but there's nothing that springs to mind right now. A hug and a pint back in a night, says Greg. Yeah, I know what you mean. Um, this week has flown in. Yeah, keep people's dirty claws off those decks. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, just because, like, most people that you read for, they don't, they're not. I mean, I read for a lot of tarot people on here, but if I'm reading in person, it's it's generally someone who's not, who's doesn't who's not into tarot. Um, so you wouldn't expect them to appreciate that a deck might be worth like a lot of money, you know? I mean, I know certainly wouldn't if I didn't, if I wasn't in this whole sphere. So yeah, I just wouldn't like, and I wouldn't want to be like, oh, be careful with that. Like, like I wouldn't want to tell someone how to shuffle the deck because I would feel like I was influencing like the shuffle, and it just would feel a bit icky for me. So I would rather just use a deck that they can like, you know, do whatever with. They can put it in a plastic bag and shake it about if they want to. Um, a deck that I can get again if I need to. Let's see. KS. I'm embarrassed to ask the question because it's so cliche. That's all right. We can do cliche questions here. Absolutely no bother at all. Will I ever hear from the person that's on my mind? You don't need to apologise at all, KS. Let's have a wee look. So these cards are pretty solid. They're quite difficult to riffle shuffle. Like they're not very bendy. I've really got to force them to bend. But we're going to try and give it a wee riffle with your question in mind. So you ever hear from the person that's on your mind? Okay, let's see. Tell me if you could see what I was doing. I've got the nine of cups, seven of coins. Yeah, if this feels like a really kind of a positive yes to your question, to be honest with you. We've got the nine of cups, which we associate with your cup being full, with being really kind of a happy. People quite often refer to it as the wish cards. The way that I kind of make that make sense in my mind is like, it's that. you've got everything that you need, and now it's time for you to get something that you want. Do you know what I mean? Um, you've just got to a place where your emotional levels are really kind of a high, and your cup runneth over, if you want to put it like that. And the six of staffs as well. There's like a celebration. She's really happy on that horse. We quite often associate it as being the victory card. Um, so there's definitely sometimes I'll say, oh well, there's potential for it to happen. Maybe yeah, maybe no. But this feels as though it is going to happen. It's one of those. It's not like you could. There's not really very much that you're going to be able to do to stop from being able to hear from this person. The 7 of coins in the middle there just is telling us that it's just about waiting for the right time. It's kind of like waiting for bread to cook in the oven. You need to wait for the right time before you start kind of opening the oven and peeking in and bringing it out and stuff like that. Otherwise, it's just going to ruin it. Do you know what I mean? So there's something that it's like it's waiting for the right time for them to contact you, waiting for the right time to happen, and that might be on your terms. It might be on their. It might be something at their side where they're just not quite ready to open up that dialogue yet. But once they are, I feel as though they really are going to. So yeah, I'm feeling like that's a big yes to your question. So I hope that that's helpful. What do we have? Let's just do a wee bit of numerology. So if we add the 9, the 7, and the 6, um, we get 16, 22. So you can think of 22 as being like the full, um, and that's like a whole new experience, diving into something new. You can also add them and get the Emperor, so it's kind of almost like it's bringing it's like a new opportunity, a new experience. You're being asked to kind of throw caution to the wind and just jump into it. But then the Emperor coming in after that, when we reduce it further, maybe suggest that it's going to bring some sort of structure, some sort of stability. So as much as it's difficult taking that first step with the Fool, it's difficult to kind of have faith and just take that leap and have faith that everything's going to be okay. But the four coming out afterwards suggests that it's going to be worthwhile. It's actually going to, as much as you feel as though you're just going for it and you know throwing everything aside, actually things are just going to fall into place just quite nicely once you do. Okay. And we can see that reflected in the reading as well. As long as we wait for the right time, then, that six of staffs shows that, there's potential for life to be pretty damn good. Um, so yeah, there's a lot kind of there's a lot of energy put into that. And I mean, thank you, but the question is, it's just about hearing back from a person that's on your mind. So, I'm not sure of the context. I don't know if this is like a potential, um, relationship, or if it's someone who you've been thinking about for another reason, but just waiting for the right time. But yeah, I feel as though there is going to be that contact there. Okay. So people are saying love the backs of these cards. So KS, let's just look. So I keep getting this too, but they're taking forever. Um, Maybe that's why the 7 of coins is there. Yeah, yeah, it could be. I mean, sometimes that I suppose the only thing to watch out for with the 7 of coins is it's the Golden Dawn. I think on the Thoth its keyword is failure, but it's not. You need to delve deeper than that, because it's not really about failure. It's about it's just encourages us to think about the actions that we're taking, right? And don't put all of your effort into something if you're only going to get a tiny wee bit of gain out of it. It's like diminished gain. So it's kind of like we're putting all of that effort into something and barely getting anything back from it. So sometimes the 7 is asking us to think about, where are you putting your energy? What are you going to get out of it? you know? And with that said, I feel this is just more about this is more patience than anything to do with that because the other two cards just feel so elated and positive. So I would be surprised if this is saying if this has got a kind of as negative a message as that. But just bear that in mind, it does kind of a challenges to think like that. Um, I love it, count the numbers and total them. I've started doing that as well. It's a great technique. Yeah, it's something that I really enjoy doing. I love numerology and I love I love numbers. I'm a maths geek, so I am. So, it is something that I like doing. Um, I know that some people like to kind of a look at the bottom cards, as a kind of a shadow card, but because I like to kind of a spread them out, the bottom cards could well get picked. Um, so yeah, you're welcome, KS. I'm glad. I hope, and I'm glad that was helpful. Question: a container of items we have imported has been put to one side to be searched. This has happened before. Is there someone putting out bad energy that's causing this? A container of items we have imported has been put to one side to be searched. This has happened before. Is there someone putting out bad energy that's causing this? So is there something dodgy, something not nice that's causing whatever it is that you've imported to, what I'm getting is that you're feeling as though you're kind of it's above the odds in terms of how many times your stuff's getting kind of searched, and you want to know why that is. Is there something a bit dodge behind it? Um, let's have a wee look and see. I'm curious as to how they're going to answer this, if I'm honest, but let's look and see. Okay, so let's see. We've got the Five of Cups. Container of items, you said, didn't you? Five of Cups, the Six of Staffs, and this one doesn't want to turn over. The Nine of Coins. It doesn't feel, this one kind of jumped out whilst I was at the Alchemist. It feels as the way this reading feels, it doesn't feel like there's anything sinister behind it. I think this Five of Cups maybe reflects how you're feeling about it. You're kind of feeling a wee bit like, why is, like three cups versus the two? Do you know what I mean? Should it not be more of a like a 1 to 5 rather than three? Like, why is this happening? I'm kind of a fed up with this. It's kind of a like just messing with you a wee bit. Okay, so I can kind of see that and pick that up, but we're then kind of a hit with these kind of a more like really positive feeling cards, and then the alchemist kind of I was when I was taking the cards out, the alchemist kind of shot out on its own, so that was why I feel as though what this is saying is it's just people trying to do their job and do it well, do it really thoroughly. Um, it's all it's due diligence. And I get that it feels like people are maybe being overzealous or that there's something kind of there's something bigger behind it. I don't really think it is. I think it's more just kind of s- it's the nature of the process. and it's just like they want to be really thorough. Okay, there's no bad intent. They just want to be really thorough and kind of make sure everything's kind of okay. It's not really personal. It's more just the nature of of the whole thing. Um, I feel as though things are going to be fine. I don't think like there's going to be anything, um, other than kind of how you're feeling about it. I feel as though things kind of progress just fine. You know, um, it kind of passes through, and then you may even find yourself, I don't know, making money out of it or something, if that's even what you're aiming to do. Profiting from it in some way or another, whether that's financially or in some other way. Um, but yeah, it doesn't feel like there's anything more sinister behind it, to be honest. See, um, so yeah, I hope that's helpful. Hope it puts your mind at rest, even just a wee bit. Thinking about our investments makes sense. It's a complicated situation. Either way, if not, I'll be happy in the end. I'll just leave it to divine timing. Oh, Greg's listening to You Were Always on My Mind by the Pet Shop Boys. Um, Maybe the container seems suspicious, or they are just super interested to see what's in it. Um, and I'm sorry, it's an annoying thing to happen. Laurie says, "Can I have a general reading?" You sure can. Let's do a wee general just to tie us over for the next wee while, eh? Daughter of Swords, and your fire. Um, your fire is, where you're putting all your energy into. It's the thing that it's your passion at the moment. It might be your career, or it might be a project that you've got on the go. Whatever this is, it's something that you're giving your all to, and it's really, really important to you right now, and you feel as though it's kind of you know, almost like if you like to talk in terms of destiny, that this is part of your destiny. You will tend to say that about the things that are, that are our fire, our passions. You've got the Daughter of Swords. So that's like a new course, a new, taking up some sort of new learning endeavor. Um, like studying, like trying to understand how things work. There's something. It's like you're trying to like learn something new, or you've started a new course at college or uni, or you're getting into like a new form of divination. It's some sort of intellectual new endeavor, that you're trying to kind of learn about and wrap your head around, and it's exciting. You're kind of at that stage where you're learning new things all the time. You're learning from your mistakes, making lots of mistakes, that kind of a thing. Um, so it's definitely feels like a good place to be. Um, and your heir. This is like the King of Wands kind of a. So in terms of you know, your intellect and your mind, and if we kind of read these together, um, this feels like, I mean, it's funny because you've got air in the fireplace and then you've got fire in the airplace. Um, it feels as though you're doing really well at whatever it is that you're doing, whatever this kind of a passion is that you've got just now that you're starting off on. It almost feels as though it's one. I feel as though you want to say to yourself, "Oh, I should have done this a long time ago," you know, because the Shah or the King is kind of it's where you are mentally. It shows kind of that you're a natural at whatever it is that you're doing. Um, and yeah, I just get this feeling that you're saying to yourself, whatever it is, I should have done this a long time ago. Um, so I'm hoping you know what I'm talking about, and this is something that's already kind of around about you, or I hope that it's something that comes up soon. Water, so seven of staffs. I'm trying to do this in such a way where we can see all the cards. I mean, there's a big duck in the way now, but hopefully that's not too distracting. Um, yeah, so the seven of staffs. Um, So this is our water, our emotional kind of a realm, um, and our connections and relationships with other people. This is showing. Um, you're maybe this isn't a negative place, but it just shows that you're kind of putting yourself, you're creating a wee bit of distance, um, potentially in order to give yourself space to do this kind of a stuff. It just feels like there's a wee bit of distance, and just the only thing I would say is, remember that we're humans and everyone's individual and everyone has their own kind of a needs in terms of connecting with others, but to some extent we all need to kind of have that human connection. So that's maybe just something to bear in mind. Um, the Ten of Cups and your Earth. So this is kind of a shown as a bit about your reality. Um, and we've got that beautiful that beautiful rainbow, that kind of what I normally look at as the family card. So it's showing me that the people around about you, you've got a good support system, you've got people that care about you, um, and that's all looking pretty good, pretty healthy. Um, just kind of don't be too kind of don't distance yourself any more than what you have to in order to make this work. Suppose is what I want to say. But everything's looking quite good there. So yeah, Laurie, I hope that resonates in some way. I hope that was helpful. I know I forgot to do this for C, but I'll do the numbers again here. So we've got 11, 14 is 25, plus 7 is 32, plus 10 is 42. So we've got 6. 6 is the lovers. So that's all about choice, to be honest with you. The lovers is all about kind of you know, following your gut and discerning, your path forwards. It's about, quite often we're forced to choose between, um, doing what's required of us, doing what's the responsible thing, or what are kind of the people around about us expect from us, or maybe need from us. And, the other potential path is to follow your heart, do something that you actually want to do. You know, when we see the actual Lovers card come up, quite often it's a time where people can kind of make like reinvent themselves almost. They can turn around and say, "Do you know what? No, I'm not going to work 50 hours a week just because you expect me to, or just because my boss expects me to. I want to cut my I want to kind of work my normal 35-hour week, and there's something I actually really want to do." You know. So this feels like a bit of a turning point where, there's a choice to be made. And it almost feels like you're turning around and saying, "Do you know what? I'm actually going to do something for me for a change. Thanks very much. You know, I've given a lot over this past while, but now this is for me. This is my thing, and I really want to do this. So I'm going to take some of that time for me. Um, so yeah, I hope that was helpful, Laurie. I hope that that kind of maybe resonated in some way, or maybe just even inspired you a wee bit. Um, let's see. So glad it wasn't It's a Sin. Nice synchronicity to confirm my reading. um, you're welcome. See, I hope that was in some way helpful. It was going to morph into It's a Sin eventually. Do you have a diary list of dates for when you're going to go live so I don't miss the start the next time? So I'm usually live. See, I'm usually live every Thursday at 9 p.m. GMT. So that's 9 p.m. UK time. Um, Sometimes I'll miss a week for whatever reason, but what I'll normally always do is put up a post on my kind of community section. Um, so it's just a post saying, look, I'm not going to be live this week for whatever reason. So I did that last week. Last week I didn't go live on Thursday, and I put up a post saying I'm not going to be live. However, I'll be live tomorrow with Regina because I was live last Friday with Regina. And I put in a link to our live. But generally, it's every Thursday at 9 p.m. UK time. So that's if you kind of I don't know, um, like yeah, just check us out then, and hopefully you'll see me. I'm in a 48-hour calligraphy competition this weekend. I have to learn about the kingdom the finished item goes to, etc. Yes, distancing at work might be time to go. That's really cool. Calligraphy competition. I love like I'm not the nicest writer in the world, but I like to kind of like if I can take my time with what I'm writing, I like to kind of write nicely. Um, Something that I don't know I really enjoy. So that's really cool. And I hope that you enjoy it. Donna says, I think C's cards added up to 20, not including the alchemist who jumped out. All right, okay, so right, 9, 6 is 50. Okay, so 20, 20 is judgment. So that's a kind of a judgment for me is the being unplugged from the matrix, it's coming to some sort of realization, you know, um, and almost like seeing how things really are for the first time. It's like you've had some sort of notion for how things work, but actually it's like taking those rose tinted glasses off and actually being able to kind of experience things as they are for the first time. Um and that reduces to two, which is the high priestess. So this might be more of a kind of a intuitive thing than a touch it, smell it, feel it, etc. type experience. It might be more of a kind of a not necessarily like a kind of a psychic, like intuitive type, not necessarily something like that, but it could just be more of like an emotional experience, you know, or it's like an instinct, it's something you feel in your gut. Um, yeah. That was in relation to the thing being held back when being imported, the container. Um, so maybe it's like I don't know, maybe an opportunity for you to find out more about, how the actual the if it's customs, I'm not sure if whatever it is, how that actually works, and do a wee bit of digging into it. understand it a wee bit more, and then maybe that way, if you kind of understand the ins and outs of it a wee bit more, then it won't be as annoying when things do get held back. I don't know. Um, Number six in Latin is sex. One of the few words of my Latin that I remember. I'm such a child. Fair enough. Um, I, you know, Same. I'm a total child as well. Far too immature for my own good sometimes. Uh, Thanks. It makes a lot of sense. That's good. I'm glad, Laurie. I'm glad it made sense. Uh, Calligraphy competition. That's hardcore, says Deanne. Um, KS says the lovers is my card as a Gemini sun. My husband is Gemini as well. Um, my husband's a Gemini. My best friend is a Gemini. And he was thinking flipping through Tinder the other day and came across someone who I think it was on Tinder. Anyway, I think he came across someone who was also a Gemini. I was like, no, I'm sorry, you're going to have to swipe left on that. I cannot be doing with another Gemini. um, so yeah, lots of Gemini around me. Oh, thanks, Diane. I always had terrible handwriting, says Donna. Um, yeah, I can write nicely, but I'm really slow. And when my hand gets sore and when I've been writing for a while, it's not the nicest. Calligraphy is beautiful. What Chris said resonates well. It's something special that you do very well. Good luck, Laurie. It's just for fun, to help the kingdom with their backlog. People were awarded years ago, but they haven't received the scrolls. Greg, I did a calligraphy night class many years ago, but as a left-hander, I struggle with wet ink. Yeah, because your hand's behind it and constantly smudging it as you go along. Annoying, isn't it? Um, okay, what time are we on? We're on 10:30. Oh, Stu's gaming obsessions. Hi, Stu. How are you doing? Um, we were just talking about calligraphy, and we've been reading cards. Would you, Stu, can I interest you in a wee tarot reading before I head off to my bed? Um, Doing good. Hope you are too. Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. It's been a good week. Been a busy week, really busy with work just now, but I feel as though I've actually been really, really productive lately, which is great. Like, it's just when I'm productive in work, I tend to be more productive in the house and other areas of life as well. Like everything just kind of seems to click into place. Um, and it's unfortunately it's the same the opposite way around. So if I'm kind of a less feeling it in work, then I'm not as good at keeping on top of other things as well. So definitely been doing good lately. Um, Stu has one question. What is your one question, Stu? I'm all ears or all eyes, I suppose. That's right. I remember your hubby is a Gemini. You shall never be bored. My life path is six too. Big number for me. I think my life path depends how I add it up. It either comes to 11 or 2. Um, 1st of November 1988. So if you add 1 plus 11 plus 1988 and then reduce, it goes to 2. But if you add 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8, it reduces to 11. Um, So yeah, justice. Oh, justice always makes me think of the Uncle Vernon thing. Uh, in the fifth Harry Potter film, I think it is. And Harry gets expelled from school, and he says justice. I don't know. It's just a daft. It's one word from that entire series of films. It just sticks in my head for some reason. Right, Stu, is A still talking about me behind my back, and will our friendship ever improve back to the way that it was? Mm, is A still talking about me behind your back? Will your friendship go back to the way that it was? Let's all look and see what we can see. It's happened again. You see how we've got like cards that just want to jump out, so we're going to keep that to one side. Pull on that later if necessary. So the reading that I'm getting here, Stu, is I, d- I don't think that they're necessarily like. I don't think they're really like. There's nothing malicious happening. I don't think there's. It doesn't feel like they're like backstabbing, and because when I look at this, which is like the current situation, um, I see the four of staffs. Um, we can almost look at you can think of it as like past, present. I tend to do like the basis, what's going on, the advice and the outcome, but you can look at it as like kind of a like the past, what's happening just now, and where things are leading. Um, I, it almost feels. See, do you see it right? Okay, seeing that, looking at this card, do you see how like they're very the two people in this card are very similar. It almost feels as though they're starting to become each other. And what that says to me is about this whole situation is it could just be that, it's not that there's anything really bad happening. It just feels like maybe spending a wee bit too much kind of a time with them and there was maybe a wee bit of distance needed. And I kind of see that happening here. Um, the Shav sword, so like you can kind of really feel that distance and this like the King of Swords. King of Swords can be quite a cold character, but I think for you all this is saying is like um it's like just give it a wee bit of don't necessarily cater to all of this person's needs. Don't necessarily kind of like be quick to be there. Don't be scared to just be kind of a just a wee bit of the cold shoulder, just give yourself a wee bit of space. Um, and initially, it is going to feel quite cold, but the Malika, which I think is the queen, this feels as though it's you're kind of going to come into your own. You're going to start to feel a bit more confident about the situation, and yeah, just it feels as though like you like still get that kind of a warm personality, but you're quite comfortable in your own company here, you know. So to recap, because I feel as though I'm stuttering over my words and not doing a very good job here, but this feels like a situation where there needs to be some degree of set. There needs to be a wee bit of space. There needs to be some boundaries put up, just because things are, these two feel as though they're almost becoming each other. That pictorially, visually, that seems to be what's happening. They're mimicking each other in how they're moving, almost in how they're dressing. It seems the colours are very similar. It's almost like one is becoming the other, and there needs to be that bit of space. Now, initially, having that bit of space, it might feel a wee bit cold. It might make you feel a wee bit bad, but eventually, you're going to get to a place where you're comfortable with how that is, what that looks like. And funnily enough, the card that did jump out was the Lovers card, and I was talking about the Lovers card, just a moment ago because when we added the last reading, it came to six. Um, Now this, I don't think that's necessarily is, it's not. uh, I'm saying Lovers because it's key six. We normally call that the Lovers. Um, It's not I'm not saying that's the relationship. The Lovers is actually a card that's more about choice. It's about deciding to do something for yourself, not um not letting your actions be dictated by what's expected of you or by what other people need from you. Think about your own needs, think about what you want to do, and follow your own heart for once, don't be scared to be a wee bit selfish every now and then. Because you need to look after yourself, otherwise you're not going to be able to look after anyone else. In terms of your question about whether um, it'll improve back to the way that it was, I feel like it's going to be different. It definitely feels different when we're looking kind of from where we've come from to where we're going. Um, Is it going to be the same as it was? I don't think so, but I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, and I don't think that's going to feel like a bad thing. Okay, so I don't. It doesn't feel like it's going to a place where you're going to look back and miss where it's come from. It almost feels like you're going to look back and think, right, okay, I can see that this was a necessary step. This had to happen. It just feels a wee bit shitty just now. I think basically is what this card is saying. Um, Yeah. No, it's not a weird question at all. He does look up to me and sort of imitates me. No, the trust is different now. To be fair, he did admit talking trash about me. Yeah, okay, that's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that. Um, yeah, maybe the distance is the antidote. Maybe that's what's needed. Just kind of creating that bit of space. Let's see, what do we have when we add them? So we had four, this is 14, and this is 13. So to 27, 31, it comes together to be four, which is the Emperor. And the Emperor is all about kind of a creating stability. So it is. So it feels as though things were maybe a wee bit volatile, and it was only so long before something had to give. The situation that was going on maybe couldn't keep going. But the actions, what's happening just now, it might be a wee bit of a blessing in disguise. It might just bring a bit of structure, stability, and just make everyone feel a wee bit better all in. Um, yeah. So I hope that that's helpful. Um, and yeah, I hope that kind of things do turn out okay, or that they turn out in a, you know, the how they're meant to be in a good way. Okay, so I think distance, a break, we do or have spent a lot of time together on various projects. Okay, okay. Just go with your, at the end of the day, go with your kind of your gut, your intuition, what your gut's telling you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm really glad that, you find it helpful. And I appreciate you too, as well as everyone else. Oh, Mitchell, I've just seen you. Hey, Mitchell, having a good day. I'm having a great day. Busy, busy, busy. But yeah, I'm actually just about to call it an evening soon. So let me just. Oh, what deck is this, please? Sorry, see, this is the. Where's the box? This is the Sufi Tarot by Aida Hussein. Um, yeah, it's a really beautiful tarot deck. I think I really showed much. Do you know what's kind of occurring to me? And sorry, Stu, I'm going back to you here. Because this was your center card. Do you see how like this card, and I think it's common among all the Shah, is framed? So this is like kind of like it's like you're framing it. It's like you're putting words to it. Like you're calling it out. You're hanging it up on the wall for all to see. So this there could be an element to that, and see because as well the kings are about like they're about knowledge and words, communication. No, not the kings, the swords. The swords are about, the mental realm, the mind. They're about communication. They're about exchanging knowledge. This whole idea of kind of a framing it, putting it up on the wall. That this makes me think like if there's something that needs to be called out, then call it out. Um, the king of swords is a very kind of a, in one of my favorite decks is Poppy Palin's. Everyday enchantment, and the King of Swords in that is a barrister in court, like a counsellor in court, and they're kind of referring to evidence. With the King of Swords, everything is kind of a set out, nothing is unclear. Um, you know, it's sometimes you need to make things obvious. Sometimes we kind of think, it's implied, or they should know that. Um, some people struggle. I'm one of them, to be honest with you. Some people struggle with um, picking up on subtle hints and stuff like that. So if there's stuff that needs to be addressed and called out, then think about doing that. Think about communicating that. Um, yeah, that's on your wish list already. Um, okay, so that's true. He keeps chucking negative comments my way and putting me down. Whatever I do. So yes, been at the back of my mind to call him out. Yeah, like definitely like call it out, like make it known, like set it out, almost like carving it in stones. You know what I mean? Like make it known how you feel. Um, and if they're not going to kind of respond to that in some kind of a positive way, if it's not going to change what they're doing, then I mean then they need to think about the kind of person that they are. Do you know what I mean? And that then becomes not your job anymore. It's not your job to remove the stick from someone else's arse. Do you know what I mean? Like, um, but hopefully your friend is just having a bit of a moment and things can sort themselves out in some way, shape, or form. Um, don't like confrontation, so been putting it off. Yeah, I get that. I'm the same. I'm not really good with confrontation either. Poppy Palin's deck is special. I'm not lucky enough to have it. I think it's available on Amazon, I'm sure, unless it's become not available. Um, but you're right. It's an absolutely stunning deck. Uh, you know when you catch a snidey comment and then afterwards you think, wait, what did you just say? You're like, yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Actually, um, sometimes it's almost in a way where you're like, it's quite underhand, so you don't. It's almost like you don't pick up on it right away. Um, yeah, I think I know exactly what you mean. Um, yeah, I think build yourself up to it. Have that conversation. Just say, look, this is you know, um, this is like this is what I feel that you're doing. This is how it's making me feel. Um, and take it from there. Give yourself a bit of space. You know, I was saying about that kind of sorts. You know, a wee bit of distance, a wee bit of space. But I suppose just like make sure it's clear why the distance and why is needed, why that space is needed. Um, I get the feeling that if you put you know some boundaries up, but it's not fully understood why the boundaries are going up, then it probably won't help much. See what I mean? Um, too slow it responds, and then it goes over and over in my head, and I just wish I'd said this. Yeah, I listen. I 100% get you. Um, I feel the exact same. To be honest with you, I'm not very good at responding on the spot. I'm one of these people that won't know how to respond to something, and then about 10 minutes later, I'll think, right, this is what I should have said. So no, I get it. And it's difficult because then it's like bouncing about in your head for ages. Do you know what I mean? And you're kind of a ruminating on it. Um, so yeah, I'm sorry that you're going through that because it's a shitty thing to go through. But hoping that you've got other people kind of around about you that you can kind of I keep saying kind of other people around about that you can almost dilute it out with. You know, um, yeah. The answer sounds like jealousy. Imitation, but also negative comments. Jealous has been a thought, thanks. Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, if you ever need to chat, then we we're always here. Well, not always, but we're here on Thursdays. But you can send us a message. I'm not sure if you're on the Facebook group, Stu, if you're on um either Bailey Balance Tarot or the Hermit's Cave or something like that. But I'm on those groups, as is Deanne and um some of the other people here. So feel free to give us a shout. Um, I just don't want to come across as a big ego guy saying that someone is jealous. I'm not that person. Suffer confidence issues. Yeah, see, I find it helps to just rather than because I suppose if you're saying oh you're jealous, then that's you're kind of a jumping from talking about your own, how it's affecting you, your own feelings to um, to seeing what it is for them. You probably don't even need to do that. It's probably enough to say, look, there's been a couple of things that have bugged me a bit lately. Like the other day when you said that, last week you did this. you know, those are just a few examples. I'm not really don't really know how I'm supposed to feel about that, to be honest, but it's making me feel a wee bit shy. Um, so I just wanted to kind of be upfront with you about it. So you don't even need to go into the place where you're like, I think you're this, I think you're that, I think you're jealous, like, because that that does get overly confrontational, you know. Whereas if you're just coming at it from a place of, you know, that this is how I'm perceiving this is and this is how it's making me feel, you know. Um, it just kind of almost manages that conversation a wee bit better. Um, but yeah. Anyway, only do YouTube and Discord, no Facebook yet. Fair enough. Um, well, yeah, I mean, I hope that um, I hope things sort themselves out, and you know, if you want to, if you feel like it, you can kind of let us know next week or something how you get on. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it an evening there, guys. It's coming up for 11 o'clock here, and I'm going to climb into bed and get all cozy and probably nod off soon. Although, to be honest, I'm still drinking the coffee that I made a couple of hours ago, which isn't going to help with that. But oh well. Um, I don't actually have my niece tomorrow, so I don't need to be up for a particular time as much as I'd still like to get up early and get the shopping and all that done. But I can have a wee bit of a longer lie if I need to. Um, okay, so I will love yous and leave yous. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for your lovely company. Thank you for everyone who's, you know, asked questions for me to read for. Really enjoyed everyone. Um, take care, have an amazing weekend, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Bye bye.